why are teachers begging to be cool with their students these days? What we're hearing is literacy is down. They're not learning anything, but at least they know how to braid your hair.
But these are also the teachers that's the most effective in the classroom.
That's what I'm.
Who said that though?
The zeitgeist.
They're not going to say no to him because they like him.
Yeah.
But effectively, they're just working. If anyone had put some thought into this, they wouldn't.
If he did an assessment and came to this, then he has really poor judgment and he should definitely lose his job.
I understand that that's like what the opinion is, that what he's done is incorrect and therefore he's an idiot. But I'm like, how are we getting there?
Why were there no boys doing his hair?
Because they didn't want to, because they don't fancy him. He's manipulating the little girls to do a boring task for him.
You know, like, I'm sorry.
Maybe consciously or not consciously.
Teenage girls are not doing anything for a grown man that they're not attracted to. That's the truth. Teenage girls are not doing anything
we
for a
both went to
grown
girls'
man.
school.
Yes.
Been this.
You do not talk to any of your male teachers unless you fancy them. You are literally a corpse to
So you figure all of them are attracted to
They
him.
definitely like him.
They do have something for him.
They're warm to him.
Yeah.
Which, if you know that you have that power over children,
it's a red flag.
Knives and like,
more dangerous to be. Okay, no, the acid shit I want to fucking talk about.
That was scary.
That was the ass
scary
type of crime.
time.
Because we talked about that shit.
Yeah,
like you're just destroying a person's like fucking face, but not killing them.
Yeah.
That Katie Piper. My cousin knows her, and she had to have he's her trainer.
Is Katie Piper like a famous victim?
So she was a model, and her ex-boyfriend stalked her, and then mashed up her face, and she's had like reconstructive surgery for years and years and years.
She's been the face of acid attacks for a while.
But then after that,
but I think you have to. Obviously, she looks great now. To be honest,
yeah, she's had so much reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, the greatest doctors. Yeah,
that look like you, Eddie.
I did not do that.
No, but to be honest, the worst one to me still is the girl that got attacked by her best friend.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like people doing it to people they know. Like,
and the thing is,
an honor crime.
What's the mentality?
She was pretty. But this is why I say like
the friend was or the
friend of the girl that got.
She was jealous of her friend.
Yeah.
She was jealous.
But that's why I was like, there's something. UK people are tapped, and I think that if we had guns,
everybody wouldn't be anybody left.
And that's why I say like the hardness of the toughness. I think there is a massive difference.
We hate ourselves as a country.
No, but
that is the fact that you can buy acid, as in also when at the height of acid.
Because where do you even go for that? Like what? The chemical store?
No, you can get it from like a hardware store.
Yeah.
But at the height of acid attacks, they had to ban it because you basically were advised like if you were driving, don't just have your windows down because people would just be on a moped or a bike and would just throw acid into your car. No affiliation.
Don't know you.
Don't know you.
Wait, okay.
Do you know what it is to just throw acid on somebody? You ruin their life.
Do you know people that are like this?
It's culturally, we have a culture of chat shit get banned, but also very much like, you're like poor. So if you're happy, you're doing the wrong thing. Like we don't like people. We don't like when people are good. You guys big up yourselves.
Tall poppy kind of thing.
Yeah, we put
we're still depressed, but you know.
But misery likes company is very much the UK motto.
So
if I'm miserable, we're all gonna be miserable.
Wow.
Like there probably was discussions about, she was a model, she was flaunting it. Like they'll always have that.
Have either of you all known somebody that you think could commit?
Would kill me.
Who is this?
This is a recorded podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
we record?
We can believe it. We can believe it. So
I thought we were just talking.
Yo.
Like, name it up.
Yeah. On that note, welcome everybody to Waving the Red Flag, the #1 dating and true crime podcast on the internet, on the globe, across the entire universe. So who was trying to kill you?
I might
Don't say the name. I will bleep it, but
yeah.
Just somebody I know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me intro. It's your boy Eddie Overgold. It's J Mo. Alvin is currently what is Alvin up to? Do we know?
Oh man, Alvin is well. First, we should tell the people like where we're at.
Oh, that's true.
You know
yeah, y'all are seeing us from a whole different
different.
situation. So we in the same fucking frame.
Look at us, like we
we
can
not
actually
on the fucking thing. live and direct.
Live and direct.
London Podcast Studios.
Yeah, so we are in. I mean. We can tell them where we're at. Like, we in
London.
London. We in London town, fam. We in London. You know what I'm saying? Fish and chips.
Yeah. Blimey.
No, not blimey. What's
pudding in gravy? What's some shit?
What did you say? Pudding in gravy?
Yeah.
Having a laugh.
Having a laugh.
Chat shit get banged.
Yes, chat shit.
Having a laugh and chat shit
Moving mad.
bang. All that good stuff. Green eggs and ham. Right on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The real man.
And Alvin is actually on his way here. He's just swimming through the literal ocean while also reading Socrates to God as he speaks to him through lightning bolts, waiting the weather, waiting the storm in said river.
That's
so
true. If it's raining near you, that's from him. Alvin did that. Yeah. We're joined today by Ada and Hanifah of the Season Sessions podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
Big ball of shit.
Ada and Hanifah. I'm gonna correct you, but you're American.
Did I say Ada?
Ada.
I said Ada. Yeah, we hit those A's.
So
we hit those A's kind of hard.
Yeah,
because we say Arab and it's Arab.
Why do you guys do that?
Iraq.
Iraq.
And then you hear everybody else say it different. You're like, no,
that doesn't sound right.
It's not Iraq.
No, it's Iraq.
It's Iraq. It's Iraq.
Yeah. But I feel
Iraq
like
or Iraq?
Iraq. What's Ada? What is it?
Ada, yeah.
Ada.
So you look like
no, it's
you
Iraq.
said it confidently both ways.
Iraq.
Iraq. Okay, but you said Iraq.
My
Iraq.
no,
we would say
Iraqi. I don't even know.
It's Iraq.
Iraqi.
Okay, Iraq.
But I feel like you guys say it hits
Iraq.
It sounds sarcastic the way you say it.
Yeah, but I think maybe you say it when you're not trying to take a country serious.
So
yeah,
one of those Iraqis.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, maybe look at all the countries that you guys have.
Places.
Yeah, when you
Pakistan.
all the places that you guys
Turkestan, Georgistan,
Pakistan.
It's the dominant
Pakistan.
technique.
Yeah, it's a dominant technique. Yeah, you're like, oh, your name's Iraq. Iraq.
Yeah.
Iraq.
We're Native Americans. You're Indians.
Exactly. There you go.
It's a dominance thing.
So Ada.
No.
You okay?
Okay. He's pissing on the podcast. He's like, this is
great
my
to meet you.
podcast.
Yeah, I gotta make a little circle so that everybody knows what's up.
Oh god.
Yeah, so we've been in the UK now a day and a half, and thanks for welcoming us to the country. It's good. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have fun being here. You might get a bit depressed, but you got to drink through it.
Yeah, it was very. As soon as I came,
have some tinnies.
Yeah.
You're gonna drink a lot.
You'll have
tinnies
in the park.
You can drink in public now.
Really?
Yeah, tinnies in the park
Don't even
is
need,
an
like, a paper
event.
bag.
No, you can drink openly.
So go to like Tesco, Marks Spencer's, or Sainsbury's. They have like 3 for £5 or whatever.
Okay. We've been to Sainsbury's,
Pina colada, rum and coke, whatever you want.
Really?
In the UK and being in Europe in general, you kind of just get used to it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. The racism's not gonna stop. I want to
There's certain. It's like some racism where it's like stairs racism or people looking at you funny, and then am I in fear of my life?
Yeah, there's two levels.
It's different.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like a little uncomfortable,
And
but
also,
not
like,
wouldn't ruin your experience. But
people just stare. Like if you go to Germany, people stare.
I have no business in Germany.
Like if you go to like Italians love to stare, but when they start coming to your face.
Yeah, so that's a little different, you know what I mean? Because like some people really want to test it, but me, I don't know. Like I ain't no tough guy. I never like act like I am. But
you're a little tough.
But just
I don't want to put that out there. You're right.
Because then
people try to test. Yeah. That's Josh from the podcast.
Yeah, fuck that. No. But now like I just like sometimes like instances like this morning when we was in the store and that woman was looking at me crazy.
Oh wait, which store was this?
Tesco.
Sainsbury's.
Yeah, Sainsbury's. When was in Sainsbury's, right? She was clocking me. I didn't really appreciate it, fam.
Wait, did you say something at the time?
I was like
when
I
was this a
looked
thought
back
you had,
at
or did
her,
you say
I
something to
said
me?
something to you.
Okay.
I was telling you like, yo, old girl back there, like she looking at me crazy.
Oh, you talking about the Russian lady?
Yes.
Bro, I thought you was saying that she had a fat ass. That's what I thought we were talking about. Because she did.
I mean,
she was an old ass lady, but
yeah,
like,
you guys are having two different
conversations. I was like, okay,
yo,
I guess.
I'm experiencing some racial distress
Look at
over
racial
here.
profiles.
And he's like, yo, she got a fat ass, right?
No, because you said, yo, that old Russian lady. I was like, okay, yeah, I guess, kind of. When you were talking about,
I like that you just went with it. You didn't question it.
I was like, fair enough.
Like, how did you even get a fat ass from like, yo, she looking at me crazy?
No, because you didn't. Because you.
Oh, because of my normal MO?
Yes. And she's looking at me crazy could literally mean that ass is staring at me. That's what I thought you were being like metaphorical.
Right. Personified. They
I'm gonna use that now though.
She's looking at me crazy. That's what I thought you were saying.
No, I gotta say that thing looking at me crazy.
Yeah,
son.
exactly. That's what oh man, I've completely our Sainsbury's experience was two totally different fucking things. I thought you were having a great time. Sorry.
I mean, I was
support
other
you
than
in
that.
that. Okay.
I was other than that, but like it's stuff like that though that makes me want to be like. That makes me want to immediately address it because there's no immediate danger, and that's just because I'm just a little bit pussy.
Was that a Sainsbury's in the area you're saying that I won't say on the podcast?
Correct.
You're in a very white area.
Yeah, clearly.
White with money. So yeah, they would be looking at you crazy.
Okay.
But
Did you get that sense in general in the area?
I noticed that
a little bit.
Yeah, but I saw enough black people to where it was.
Did they acknowledge you?
She might have been. Were you talking? She might have just been looking at you.
She was
American.
on the phone. She was talking.
Oh yeah, she was definitely like
she was
on
Russian.
the phone and talking and whatnot.
At work. What's she doing?
Was she Russian at work? Yeah.
Oh, she works at Sainsbury's.
And she's speaking Russian on the phone.
Well, she was speaking a thickly accented Russian English. Yeah.
Okay. The black people you were seeing, were they acknowledging you, or were they?
No, I mean no black.
Yeah, it's
No, actually, one got TD Witherspoons or whatever.
Oh yeah, JD Witherspoon.
JD Witherspoon.
you could just call it spoons.
I love that you're calling it JD. I don't think I've ever heard anyone go JD Weatherspoons.
Well, what is it
People
called?
have just called Weatherspoons or spoons.
It's
You're like, I'm going to
Just call it
spoons.
spoons.
Oh, okay,
I'm going
my
spoons.
I like that. Just spoons.
I mean,
that's
that's
very
what-
like we're on business mode.
right, we don't know.
JD Witherspoons. we're not on first name basis with them yet.
So we went to Spoon.
Yeah.
I saw a black dude there. We kind of gave each other the. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, a black guy, another black guy in spoons.
there was a couple.
That's a.
He
There was a few.
There was one white girl at the table, so I don't know if that threw off the dynamic. Maybe it was her idea to go there.
Most likely.
We were mistaken in being there.
Yeah.
I never acknowledge black men on the street. If I see a black woman, I would make eye contact and smile.
Okay, what's your response to black men in the
I don't
street?
know. I just again, I have like.
Like, are you noticing and choosing not to acknowledge, or you're not?
No, but like if I'm walking as a black woman, we have a eye contact smile.
You have like, oh,
I'm
hi.
like unspoken.
I see you.
Keep going. Yeah, there's no contract with me and black guys.
Okay, so you notice that he's there, and you go, we're not gonna do anything.
But that would be
now
weird.
you look
Yeah,
too
it would
much.
be.
No, because
But then you look too much, and now
Yeah.
somebody's like, "Oh, excuse me, miss." I'm like, "Please."
Yeah.
you get a
Of course,
wagwan
of course.
maestro.
Like, yeah, I know.
I was like, oh, she likes me.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
Oh, so you don't
100%.
do a nod to the ladies?
Well, you're not into.
Well,
women
I mean, it
for?
depends on if we like, because I'm not gonna nod at somebody who's not looking at me. Like that's weird. Like now I'm trying to get attention with my own chin. Like I would just if we've made something, then I probably wouldn't do a nod because nod seems masculine. I would probably just try and like
That's
look.
like a bro.
Yeah,
That's a
You
bro
do
thing.
You do
Yeah.
this smile.
Yeah, and I don't want to be.
The British smile.
That's the British smile.
Yeah,
What's-
Yeah, this is what
that's
That's what it's when
That's
you're gonna
so
get.
crazy.
You're gonna get that from white
I don't
breads.
hate
though.
yeah. That's like if you're walking down the street, old
When they
couple
want to,
sees you.
and
that's
they
just
want,
an acknowledgement.
Just letting
that
you
you're-
know.
no,
You're
no,
okay.
No,
Okay.
that's more. Yeah, that's
It's
more
like-
like.
It's kind of stay away to me.
It's
No,
more
it's
like,
like-
I can see you, but I'm conscious enough not to be racist and cross. I'm gonna go.
Gotcha.
I'm on a good one.
That, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm acknowledging you. Like you said, I see you. You're okay. I don't hate you, but let's just keep it moving, bucko.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a handshake.
Yeah,
but like
but-
the regular, like this.
But what's the best way to approach like a woman like in London?
I think they said be super aggressive, right?
That's
That's what they were saying, like American
But
style.
you got. They have to know.
I don't think you
Like,
can
yo,
approach
Lil Mama was
somebody on
good.
the street. I don't think anybody talks.
I
on the
think
street.
at this stage now, cold approaching someone on the street, I would just be like,
I'd be like,
you're
you're
out
gonna-
of your mind. Unless they are a literal model.
Yeah.
Or
Then they
like
can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
then, but like literally, whenever,
even still, that person might still be crazy.
yeah, I
But
would,
that
I
doesn't
would
mean
still
that
be
you wouldn't-
questioning why you.
But you would
stopping
still
me
be
on the
going
street.
along with
Like,
it.
Kind
You'd
of.
be
No,
like, he might be
I
crazy,
would.
but
I
fuck
never
it.
give my
No,
number
you'd be
out
questioning.
on the
Because
street.
then that's when you start looking around like, am I about to get robbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're setting me up for something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that
That's why it's
situation. I always
important-
think that.
Yeah, that's why it's important to know these things because, like you were saying, like especially when you were in New York, right? You saw like hella people just getting approached on the street.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of like the norm. Because
Not
like
ever.
if you see someone you think they're very attractive,
Yeah.
when are you going to see them again?
But then you do like the look back, and then if they look back, and everyone's looking back, and then you're
And
like,
then you keep on walking because
Well, that
everybody
was
has
nice.
that mentality. Yeah, it's like, well, what was that? That was cute.
That was a good moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all are in
because everybody
separate
keeps
buildings
walking.
through the
Nobody's
fucking window.
spinning around and be like, oh, look.
Have you
yeah,
met, have you
that's
met a
fine.
person through this like meet cute methodology? No, you just having a fantasy to yourself.
it might still
Having a cute little
happen.
dream sequence about this.
Like, I met someone in in the bookshop once. They weren't cute,
I want to meet
but
somebody
it
in a
was
bookstore.
honestly the whole time I was like,
Oh my
Then
god,
why?
meet cute.
How were you like that if they weren't cute?
because I was like, wow, I'm
Yeah, but it's
getting
a nice
chatted up
story.
in the bookshop.
Yeah.
And then, like,
That's a good
I want-
story for the
want to
cocktail dinner.
replicate-
Yeah.
replicate that with
With
someone I'm
somebody hot.
attracted to.
Yes.
yeah, okay.
That's
I've been
a
working
good-
on that.
Yeah,
I've been working on that.
But that was
You'd be
it was
setting up
very
meet cute.
smooth.
Yeah.
But what
I met somebody at a museum once.
What did he
It was
do?
so clean.
We were looking at
good.
books, and then he gave me some book recommendations, and it was the first time ever.
Was he staff?
No, he was.
okay.
I was. We were like
He might
chatting.
have
up-
just been
no,
being yeah. He's just doing
trying
his
to sell
job.
me
Get his commission.
Yeah.
no, but
I
it was.
think he fancied me.
No, I entertained him because he was actually. It was like a useful conversation
Yeah.
that I was interested in.
That's crazy.
But like
But you were
normally,
the whole time you were thinking, ugh, clapped.
I was like, I need to get away from this
before he thinks the wrong thing.
Yeah. But normally when a guy comes up to you on the street, they're like, "Oh, like you're pretty. I want to get to know you. You seem like a nice girl." That's like the UK line. That is wild. Like how do I seem like a nice girl?
I would never say no shit like that.
I could be a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Well, it's something about energies, vibes, and it's in the eyes.
Oh, do you think you one of them ones?
Oh, I get this shit also.
You get scammed in this country.
You just seem like, true that I could.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like I have like an intuition about these types of things.
You are intuitive. That's true.
Yeah. Like you seem like both of y'all seem like really cool. Like you seem a little more hard and a little bit more reserved. You know. Yeah. But once you like break that exterior, right? Fucking cotton balls, marshmallows, all that shit. You, on the other hand, right? You on the very outwardly, like you seem like you have this very, what's it called? The opposite of introverted, extroverted, an extroverted gaze. You have a very extroverted gaze. And
gaze, yes,
yes, like the way you look,
most gays are
the way you react to things, like and that's what they mean. Like, oh my god, like you seem like really sweet because like the way you smile, like the way you light up, the way your eyes light up. I can definitely see that. You know what I mean? So you can get that shit off, bro. That's what I'm saying. You can get that
shit off. But then it's awkward because then how am I going to turn around? If someone says, "Oh, I like your look," and I'm like, "I don't like your look," then I might get beaten up.
Oh no!
So they can be honest with me. I can't be honest with them.
No, that's true. But see,
that's my question.
Because that's the line that I would use of like, "Oh, yo, I like your vibe, I like your style, I like what you're wearing." Da, da, da. And then to me, it's just, like if somebody's like, "Oh, thanks, much appreciated," you know, then I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." But if they're like, "Oh, you too," or like, "Oh, cool, where are you?" Like if they ask me a question, if you get energy, then it's like cool. And anything less than like energy, I'm like, you hate me and think I'm disgusting. Cool, I'm gonna have a good.
Yeah, that is the way to do it.
But that also takes like half a brain. A lot of people don't have
the people that
I haven't asked you one question back, and you're still next to me.
True.
You gotta have that awareness for sure.
Yeah,
I think I try and because I feel like I try to like. You have to be mad obvious with that I'm getting energy. Otherwise, I'm like, this is a strong no. Because I feel like it would just suck to be that motherfucker who's like, 10 paragraphs into a conversation that this woman does not.
I don't think they realize it though.
I don't think a lot of people don't care.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people aren't. They're not looking for that.
It's like fighting through the nose and to get to the yes, which is insane rapey behavior.
Yeah.
It's salesmanship.
Yes.
Because I said that when we had a boss on. I was like, I feel like because I've worked a lot of sales jobs, and I feel like you look at all of like the way they're training you, and it's like, oh, these motherfuckers are rapists trying to sell car insurance or whatever the fuck it is. It's like that's what the logic is. It's like, how do you objection handle? Why would you want to handle an objection? Somebody just said, I'm not interested. Why are you trying to figure out how to get around this shit?
That's very true.
You're so right though, because it's like the pickup artist. Because they always come in the same formula, a specific compliment, and they'll try and pick out of the box. You can see if you go to Oxford Street.
You get,
and you can show and it's the formula that they use.
I feel like the pickup artist shit would be fine if they just like. I'm gonna start. It's probably gonna fail immediately, but a company that's all salesmen that are like, oh, you don't want the product? No problem. Okay, cool. Not a problem.
Thanks for your time, sir.
Because I feel like sales, like we're in an algorithmic kind of like place now, and I feel like I have stuff advertised to me all the time and sold to me where I'm like, yeah, I would really like this product. Like, I want to buy this. You don't have to, like, if you show me why I want it and why it's attractive and why it's good, and I decide I want it, then I can buy it. You don't have to hard sell. Like, people want to buy shit. Like, you don't have to hard sell everything. Like, there's a lot of shit that people want.
I always think that with like cold calls. Like, who's buying insurance when someone's calling them over the phone? Right. Like, I would take some of that. Like,
I mean,
IG, Instagram ad. Like,
I don't know. Like, but see, that's the thing. Because honest to God, like, I get it. I hate sales, but unfortunately, that's what a large part of my career has been.
Same.
Like, fresh out of college, but I went door to door.
Ooh, same.
Like residential, like crazy. Yeah, it was not fun all the time. Well, most of the time, this shit was not fun.
Yeah, you got some stories.
And legit, and legit fighting through no's. Like,
doesn't that just kill your self-esteem though?
Other way around.
Oh, actually. I hated people. I really started.
Okay, sorry, exact opposite. But
I just realized I knew how to like talk, and I could just talk my way through like certain things now.
Yeah.
And I had like more confidence, but still, like I just hated people because I'm like, why are you treating me like this?
Yeah,
as if I just showed up to your door to sell you something you don't want and won't take no for an answer. Why you being so mean to me? You ugly anyway, bitch. Why did you? Yeah, like I said,
it's crazy. It's not fun. But
no, I think it's a bad way to train how to do stuff. Because the same thing with like if you're trying to meet someone, you can be like, hey, here's why I'm interested. If what I've shown you so far you're attracted to, cool. If not, then cool. And then the next one I need to show more on the front end, I guess.
But what about so now I got to play like devil's advocate.
Okay.
What about those times when you didn't give the guy a chance or didn't give the person a chance, but you got to know him a little bit more, and the only reason why you got to know him just because you want to just stay for like a minute too long.
No,
he probably just said yes.
But like,
doesn't happen.
Has that?
That has never happened.
If I'm not physically attracted to the person, there's no.
And also, every single time that happened, you've regretted it because you're not married.
Wait, but don't you regret the other ones too?
No, because those ones tends to be.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, no, it's more like somebody could be attractive, and I'm just like, you're giving skis energy.
Yeah,
so
but yeah.
Wait, so what are the situations that you don't regret where you're like, I'm glad about everything that happened in this relationship?
It depends on how it ended.
Okay.
Like, is it a mutual breakup?
A natural close.
Yeah.
Is it natural close?
Like you've grown apart and no one's sad because we're both like.
I feel like I'm sad even when it's.
No, you're a bit sad, but you're like, this is.
But it's not it's not like I hate you.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Or you know what? All the ones that are just like purely sexual, that was fine. That was
pretty
great.
good.
Yeah, if everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, there's no regret.
I feel like I'd be getting attached though. I'd be like, oh, I'm sad. Damn, I'm not gonna get the fuck no more. That's not.
Yeah.
I missed that a little bit.
I'm really bad at ending things. So I'll like.
How do you end it? Are you a ghoster?
Yes.
No, I don't go. I distance to a point where they're like, "What's up?"
Oh.
And then I'm like, "Well,
here's what's up."
Because I feel like.
I just feel like
I would.
Oh, you turn cold.
I don't. I just think
short answers.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I would be devastated if I suddenly got dumped. I feel like it's kinder to like do like a soft.
It's not.
Soft landing.
I said this. I've told you this before.
Yeah.
It's not. You're letting people run crazy on their own head.
Yeah, because like, oh my God, she was just fine. Like, oh my God, yeah, you are not a nice person. All right.
I haven't done it recently. No. This was a few years before. Because then I just spent years doing this, and then I got broken up with for the first time. And I was like, oh, I've tasted my medicine. I experienced it, and I've not done it since then.
What's the correct way to break up?
It's so hard because you can't. If you meet up with somebody, then they have to. You're meeting up, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go meet my boyfriend," and then they're gonna get dumped.
No.
No, you got to do it that way. You got to.
That's
break
so
up
hard. I'm sorry. Break up with me over text, please.
No, that's
everyone.
No.
If I'm getting broken up with, it has to be over text, so I can cry on my own.
Wow.
I'm not traveling home.
You don't want to get like held by the person that's breaking up with you.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Are you mad?
Depends on what.
I do.
They're breaking up with me.
Depends on the reason of why the breakup is.
Okay.
But I think a public breakup is always best. Restaurant, cafe, because
I like a private breakup.
See, cold and logical. I like
because you're not gonna shout at me in public.
Yeah.
You're not gonna shout at me in public.
I will.
You're definitely not.
I definitely will.
Okay,
no, because you're
like,
calculating for violence.
Because people.
No, they do. I'm not saying that's wrong, but that's
all of a sudden you've had normal life, and all of a sudden you break up. Someone turns into an absolute psychopath.
Yeah, acid comes out.
I don't know what's gonna come out of this.
That's true.
Women is different. Sorry, like that's a whole different thing. But guys, let it be in a public space. Yeah. And then I can just walk.
That's a fair point for different reasons.
I just think text.
Because you're thinking about your own safety, not like what's the best way to be kind to them.
Not just safety. It's also I don't care to see you cry. I don't. Any of that.
Oh, that's still like what's on you. Like you're trying to figure out what's the best way to break up with them for me, which is fair enough. But that's a different question.
The breakup is for me anyway. So, I'm gonna be selfish. Yeah. I don't want to be here anymore.
If you were dating someone,
you should just block them. Just like, why are you even doing this whole process? You obviously don't give a fuck.
No, but that's the thing. No, I
obviously
care. Like I might have even paid for the coffee or something.
Yeah, like
if you didn't even take him out for a full dinner
coffee
to get broke up.
That's text and then coffee.
No, because now you all hyped and like, oh, why did she say?
And then coffee.
No, I just think if I say you've got a girlfriend and she's thinking I've got a boyfriend, then you go out to meet and then suddenly she doesn't. Like I would want a pre-warning of when we meet next, we will break up.
No, to be perfectly honest.
So I can brace myself.
No.
If someone said to me, if I thought I was in a happy relationship, happy date, and then I got dumped, I would lose my shit.
To be honest, when you get broke, if you don't have the self-awareness that something's going on in your relationship, then what happens after in that breakup is kind of on you. You should know something is happening here. It's not going to be cold. You're not going to think you're happy in love and then in the happiest relationship ever, and then you're just gonna get dumped. You should know something.
I've dumped a few people, and they were like, "Oh, what?" And I was
out of nowhere. Yeah,
I can think of 2 in the past where they're like where she's eating, like she's like, I'm like, "Hey, by the way, I think we should stop seeing each other." And she's like,
"Cause of how she was eating."
Because of how not what.
I hear that.
Baby, no, this is disgusting.
But you can see that.
That's so premeditated though. So you plan to take her out for food.
Of course. Yeah. You got to break her. What do you mean?
That's like taking like a little pig out to slaughter.
Break her heart on an empty stomach.
That's what I'm saying.
You should have left a few hints.
Wait, so are you saying you want to be spontaneously like, oh, I'm breaking up with you?
No,
you
I
want to plan anything?
I want to. I want to know. Party. I don't want to have a surprise breakup.
So
I want to know we're I want to know we're breaking up.
Okay. Real quick.
So a pretext.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, what exactly should that pretext say? Because when you initially said it, I'm like, hell no, but
next time I see you, it's done.
No, I say I think we should talk about the relationship and where it's going.
I'm not
that's standard. Yeah, but that's standard. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, let's go to Nando's.
What did you
and then be like,
saying?
No, that's true. You know what? I should have done that.
Thank you. And you said I was evil or something.
No, because you want to be like, oh, should we meet up to talk? Who's meeting up to talk about happy things?
Because I'm not inviting someone round to my house. So then they have to travel home. Right. I'm not going to their house to.
No, you get them an Uber or you break up. Then, okay, here's my view is, even if I'm breaking up with someone, they're still someone special to me. So the breakup should have some amount of romance to it. Essentially,
romance. Kindness.
Because it's a kindness that's being extended to someone that I'm romantically involved with. Like, I care about you. There's I text leave a job. This is like, you're somebody that I care about. I have to make you kind of feel like this was important. You don't want to leave the relationship being like, what was this? I'm hoping that you leave being like, okay, this was something, it mattered.
But what if it wasn't?
But then I'm lying. But that's fine. I still want them to think that.
What if
really?
Yeah.
That's worse.
Nice.
But then you can send a follow-up text.
Nice. I think being nice is overrated.
Yeah, but I like it when
let's
I
give the truth.
That I'm nice, so that's good for me.
Cold and calculated.
No, but
niceness and kindness isn't the same thing.
Yeah, don't let me leave and think like, oh, this was a happy relationship and you like hated me or you didn't like.
No, but I didn't hate you.
You didn't like. Yeah,
I didn't necessarily hate the person. Like it's just for whatever reason we're like, maybe I'm just not attracted to you anymore. There's something else. That's crazy. I would never say no shit like that. You shouldn't say that to anybody. You shouldn't say that to anybody.
That's actually a wild thing. If someone said that to me, I would.
That would fuck you up for a minute, right?
What's the purpose of that?
The thing is, though, but you want to know the reason. And I feel like that's not a good enough reason.
You don't. You want to know it, but you would be happier not to know.
When my uni boyfriend shaved his head, I said, I can't do this anymore. And I realized I only liked his hair.
Wow.
I said it was actually really horrendous. I was like, I don't think I can even look at you.
No, you didn't like the shape of his head?
It was very uni. Yes, it was very 21-year-old decision.
You made the wrong decision. That's not.
And I was like, this was really based on you had a solid head of hair.
So it was that was a shallow relationship.
But it's okay to be attracted to just something. But I think the way you got to have some amount of compassion for someone that you're breaking up with.
But compassion is not letting them leave the house.
No, it depends on the person.
Let them get dumped from the comfort of their own home via text. Then you're crying by yourself.
I just wouldn't want that.
And then you can maybe meet up in the future if you want to.
What I want is I want the delusion of feeling like this was a begrudging decision that she made. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to be able to wonder in my head, like, you know what? She probably still deeply in love with me, but we had to break up for some reason she can't really tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like some witness protection or whatever.
No.
So
that would lead you down the road.
So that's what I try and give to other people of like, hey, it could be.
But then you can never grow.
Yeah.
Because how do you know?
One, why do you say that? And two, who wants to grow?
Because firstly, you don't. What if the reason is like something that you could potentially fix?
Okay, no. This is a good point. So if we're breaking up because you've done something wrong, then I'm going to tell you that.
What if it's like
if we've broken up,
she has BO sometimes?
It depends. Like, do I think that body
odor?
That's
neither, because I got to tell you, because I can't have you going through life with BO.
But what if she already knows? What if she already knows?
Well,
that's so peak.
No, but when people
dumped for having BO.
However, no, when people say that, firstly, why am I dating somebody that has BO?
No, you didn't realize.
How far? How far have we got?
Personality outshine
No, exactly.
her BO, like, you know what I mean?
Hygiene.
No, sorry, that never happened.
Hygiene is like, it's the first thing.
Yeah, that's
BO and hygiene is two different. Okay, so first of all, hot take. I feel like BO and a lot of the stuff that we think about as like, because you listed BO as if it's like a character flaw.
It is
kind of.
Right,
some people constantly have BO.
That's what I'm saying.
Having BO sometimes.
Let me get this hot take off because I think that the way that we view certain elements of like hirsuteness, body odor, etc., are basically just like body shaming, like aesthetic shit that we've decided is hygiene. It 100% is not. And we act like you're a bad person. If a girl that I'm dating has unshaved underarms, doesn't wear shoes, and uses crystals as deodorant and happens to have fucking body odor, she already knows. I don't need to tell her I'm not dating you because of body odor. That's her fucking vibe. She's a forest person.
Yeah.
So that's not a character flaw. That's just what a human smells like.
No.
So I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell her, "Hey, the way that you exist is wrong."
Different levels.
There's different levels. There's different levels. But I just think that we.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You got offended because these.
You got a type.
Yeah. Oh,
but that's the natural smell is not the same as Bobby Orange. As it's known in the UK.
No, that's
bloody orange.
Bobby Orange.
Bobby Orange.
Yeah. So if someone is stinking and they join you and you're like, oh, Bobby's doing that.
Bobby.
It's a bit citrusy.
Bobby's shucking and jiving in this motherfucker.
But it is about cleanliness. It's usually down to your clothes not being clean.
See, but what constitutes, you know what, this is a tedious, because we can go on a whole goddamn path that's probably not that interesting, but my whole point was just, if someone has a personality flaw to where they're being bad to other people, then I'll tell them. If they have something about themselves that's like, oh, you have a hairstyle that I think is fucking ugly, it's not my place to tell you that. Unless you really ask, like, hey, is there something, because what are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to get me? Because you're not going to get me. So are you trying to get the next dude who is attracted to the same thing as me? That doesn't make sense. What is this for?
Okay.
Keep doing you.
Well, no, because I said it because I was like, are you planning to grow your hair back?
Oh, no, but I'm not talking about yours.
I was like, if you plan to grow your hair back, then maybe this will work.
Yeah,
but he had no plans to do.
But what if it's something like they're super needy or they text too much? Like something that's like a annoying thing in every relationship.
I think it would depend.
Do
I think that other people could?
It's not a normal version.
You don't like.
I've changed.
You don't like when men.
No, I do. I do now.
A hi hello is too much for Hanifah.
I love it now.
This man is needy.
Oh my God.
Okay, I just feel I'm very picky. If I like somebody, I like them. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm mad picky.
I've changed.
Okay.
We'll talk off.
All right then.
Yeah, to me, it would just depend. Is it something that I think another person realistically should be subjected to? Because I'm thinking about the next person. So I'm like, cool. If the next man had to deal with what she's doing now, am I okay with that in the world? And if yes, then cool. If not, then I'm going to be like, hey, the way that you treated me is a problem. You shouldn't do that to other people. So we are now ending this relationship. But usually it's not. I've had very few like that negative experiences. Like,
Oh.
Y'all want to talk about this braid dude real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, all right.
Braid dude.
Yeah. Okay, so kids unbraiding the teacher's hair. Old boy posted this. The teacher is the one who posted this.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number 2, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is, if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics, because caring for the whole child is what's important.
It was a live stream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
he went live?
In the classroom.
Look, live stream is a little bit inappropriate if I'm being honest.
I think
Black parents, tap in. Would you be okay with your daughter unbraiding her teacher's hair? Is this appropriate?
I think you have to go on the. If you go on the video.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
fucking muted here. My fault. You're right.
He says a whole lot of nothing, to be honest.
Okay, let me just mute the shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
what the fuck
because I mean,
he's saying
why?
here.
I think there's something has happened in society where we think it's okay just to put school kids up on the internet. You're not supposed to show the location of the kids. You're not supposed to show their faces. These are minors.
True.
So, like, I remember in school,
that's so normal. I don't think
if your
about it.
parents would come to an event,
Yeah.
and they want to take pictures of you doing like a school play or something, they would be very mindful
Of the
of the
other
other
students.
kids.
It's the child
or they
protection
might
issue.
even child
even think
protection
about
is
that.
completely.
And the fact that it's live,
I don't think we had that.
Every person watching that knows exactly what all those children are, exactly what they're
Well,
doing.
yeah, 'cause I saw somebody.
and we know they're about to get out.
That might be a
school in
UK
10
US thing.
minutes.
'Cause
I
don't
saw
think we
somebody
even think
quote
about
tweet
that.
this.
We
And
don't.
they said
I
that.
mean, but like we still have problems with pedos though. So maybe we should.
Yeah.
No, but you should. I saw
Yeah.
somebody quote tweet saying that one of the girls in the back is his sister.
Yeah. So
And
one,
so
Okay,
like,
let me ask this question because I think that there's levels to how we view this. So in general, if we're saying it's bad because all of the videos that ever show kids are bad, then okay, that's one level.
Okay, that's
is
one
this specifically bad? Because you've seen those videos where the teacher will it'll be a row of 30 kids and he's got a special handshake for every kid.
Yeah,
and it's super
yeah.
cute. Cool. That's inappropriate in the same way that this is inappropriate. Beyond that, is it something else?
No,
that's wrong
this
here?
isn't appropriate because these kids are working. They gain
This is labor?
They gain absolutely. No, have you ever taken braids out? It's not.
Yeah.
They get if it was something where they were. It's inappropriate because it's
But
inappropriate.
he's not making them work.
Yes, but there are a group of girls and the person whose sister was in it saying that it's her favorite teacher. If your favorite teacher is like, help me out with this, why are they spending 10 minutes of their school day helping some guy do his chores?
It's a labor union issue.
It's weird.
Yeah.
If it's
Not
like
getting
me,
fair
if
wages.
Ada asked me to take her braids out, why would I do that?
They did.
I have a
with
different.
uniforms.
No, I'm
Why?
not.
It's not fun. If you've ever
Wow.
taken braids out,
Have you
it's
taken braids out before?
it's
Yeah.
a
That's a
thankless
chore.
job.
It's a thing.
If you broke your hand, then I would do it.
Thank
But if for this,
I take your braids out.
I think that
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
it's inappropriate because as a male teacher and you're looking at 5 young girls between maybe 14 to 16,
Okay.
you should know there has to be a deep separation between the two of you. And if somebody's like, this is my favorite teacher, and also he's not ugly, one of these girls is attracted
Has
to
a
him.
crush.
Yeah, they're not going to say
And
no.
this
to
is
it.
going to be completely inflated in their heads. A lot of male teachers that are not ugly and also are teaching young girls, when they have to have one-on-ones with either female students or a lot of them around to kind of back them, they do tend to bring in another teacher because you need to back yourself. It can just be your word against everybody else. And nobody's saying that there's something inherently sexual about it, but he's made the mistake of not factoring in how a teenage girl thinks. And right now, one of those girls, this might have been the best day of her life this year. And she's going to make that a huge thing.
But how do you create that line? Like, okay, sure, I don't disagree that, but that's what's going on in her head. As an adult, is your job to be like, cool, you can have a crush on me. That's fine. I can't stop you from doing that. I can make sure that I don't
you can make sure you
accommodate
don't let
inappropriate
them
behavior.
undo my hair.
Well,
And you think that's encouraging?
okay,
Yeah,
the
it's,
crush.
it's
In what
just-
world?
He's
Sorry, but in-
gaining. He's the person that's gaining from this.
But then, see, that's
but not
y'all
just
are talking
this.
two different
but
things.
no,
Those are
okay.
different points.
In what world do you need to touch your teacher physically?
But
In
what
what
do we-
world do you need to touch
But what do
your
we
teacher
mean by
physically?
need? Like,
No, but
that's
like,
a different
there's
question.
no need. But like, you don't have to. I don't know why you'd want to. But where would you ever actually have to touch each other? Should you ever have to touch
What's
your
the
teacher?
question? Like, this is the scenario that we're talking about.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So
You
it's
shouldn't,
weird
you shouldn't
that
even be touching your
that the
teacher.
teacher's
That's weird behavior.
Well,
But then
I
you
get what you're saying,
presupposing
but
the que- yeah.
I played sports and
Yeah.
one of my teachers was also my football coach, like for the position that we played. So
well, that's different. That is coaching. But
the first example that I gave was like a teacher shaking that, like having a handshake for each of their students. Like I don't understand the question, because it seems like what you're doing is just kind of presupposing that there should be no kind of interaction, and then you're just saying that as a question, which is different than like talking about this. Yeah,
a football coach, sports, obviously that's different because you're coaching, and also that's a whole different qualification. So that's different. Little 5-year-olds, you learn through touch, so that's also different. We're looking at teenage girls.
The handshake videos are teenagers,
but that's teenagers. A handshake is a normal touching interaction.
Okay, maybe, this is intimate. Maybe the question is just fucking me up, because
I think I don't. To be honest, a teenage, that's actually weird. So I thought I've seen like 5-year-olds do that.
Okay, but having a special handshake.
I'm not too
with
sure
like
why do you need to do that?
Okay. Well,
I think you need to do that. Why do you need to do that?
Yeah,
but it's not need.
I think if you don't want to do it, if you want to do it,
you're doing a formal handshake, but why do you need to do that? But with teenagers.
You want to be cool. Like,
if you want to do it.
But this is it. Like, why are
teachers
teachers begging to be cool with their students these days?
What you shouldn't. That's
what is this new thing of like, I need to be the coolest teacher, and like nobody cares. Teach the kids. What we're hearing is literacy is down. They're not learning anything, but at least they know how to braid your hair.
But these are also the teachers that are the most effective in the classroom.
That's what
But that's the thing. So he's playing into. He's a good teacher. They all like him.
Who said that?
And they're not going to say no to him because they like him.
Yeah.
But effectively, they're just working. They gain absolute. There's no skill in that. They're not braiding his hair. They've just done a task that he was too lazy to do himself, or didn't have time to do himself.
The way that I viewed it was like, and I don't have to hold this opinion particularly strongly, so I'm fine either way. But the way I'm viewing it is the way like a dad like lets his like 6-year-old or 10-year-old or whatever do like makeup on his face, which is to say that a teacher is something like a pseudo parent, and this is something like pseudo community. No. So like the question of like, the question of being like, what is the function of this is like, maybe your teacher is not they're not one of your little friends, but having like community kinds of relationship with your teachers, which I did, like we were just talking about, we would have teachers where all of the students would like gather in their classroom after school while waiting for their parents. And those teachers were good at their fucking job. They made you feel safe. They were the teachers that you would go to when you had like an issue or a problem in your life. And I think that that's a function beyond just like, memorize this fact. That's a positive thing.
But he's making them do a task.
I'm answering a larger question. Like, what's the function of community?
Beyond that teachers are supposed to be your second home outside the home.
Exactly.
However, that is not your actual home.
Correct.
And there are ways they can protect you. They can look out for you. They're supposed to educate you. They should also show you some kind of compassion. But this has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with that. Also, the age difference between him and those girls is way too close to be a father figure situation.
Okay, yeah, and also like, if it was
he is a calm 26. You're 10 years older. Like, you're too young to be doing that. You know exactly what you're doing.
See, my issue, I think, in the conversation is I'm happy to say that, like, this particular instance may very well be inappropriate. But it seems like we're having a couple of conversations which are like, is any level of community, is any level of, like, beyond that role inappropriate?
Everything has to be taken for what it is. Like, everything has to be... If you're looking at a school where a lot of people are physically or mentally disabled, there's more physical interaction because it's necessary. Or you're looking at the ages of people.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not talking about the general, should you never touch your students
No,
conversation. What is the function of community?
I think if it was a video
why is this a function of community? I don't know why this is a community
If the teacher was doing the kids' hair, I think it would be a different situation. If the teacher was taking out the kids' braids, that's functional, that's supporting the child. I would say there's still safeguarding with like touching. I don't know. I always found it weird in primary school when the teachers would hug us.
I wouldn't necessarily
and I didn't want to do that, and it was weird. So
especially if you don't feel like you have a space to be able to, like, I don't want to do that.
I think so. Touching people, you've got to be careful with that. But if the teacher was providing something that the kid is gaining from, like getting their hair taken out, they have to gain something from it. The teacher's teaching them. The teacher gets paid to do that.
I don't disagree, but I'm getting a very capitalistic undertone from what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because like, the kids ain't earning no money from this.
No, that's
this nigga too lazy.
No, that's not what I don't mean by that. I mean, if he wanted to support these girls, he could have spent that 10 minutes having them all braid each other's hair. Then they're learning how to braid. Yeah. Like there's no skill involved in this. You're at school to gain.
The thing is, I don't think that he would have told them, take out my hair I can actually imagine the situation. I can imagine the situation of them saying your hair looks like shit, take it out. And he was like, come and do it for me or whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Well, he had to get his hair taken out.
Yeah, but like you need to have some kind of barrier because they're just teenage girls. They're always going to push and push. And now at the end of the day, you're their favorite teacher. There's going to be a really weird, murky line. And now you're in a situation where I'm sure everything was fine. Everything was appropriate. There was no sexual underhand, but no one's going to believe you.
But see,
no one person's going to believe you.
That's also now a different point of whether or not you're actually harming those kids versus whether or not like people are looking at something that is innocuous and viewing it as a problem. That's the thing that he needs to do for himself.
No, but
because the internet is fucking crazy.
There's two ways about it because unfortunately, in most of these situations, there is something fucked involved. A lot.
Yeah.
It's
do we think that there's something sexual here?
I don't think there is.
I think this is fine, but a lot of the times there is something messed up involved, and you have to factor that in. You can't. It's like as a man in society, you can't just walk around pretending like things aren't happening to women and then be like, oh, well, because it's not me, then I'll just move I'll move kind of aimlessly and then make.
Is this like okay?
I think this is completely aimless from him. This is really, really irresponsible. You put your kids in jeopardy. You risk their health, not their health, their safety, their faces
why
out
in
there.
jeopardy?
Because their faces out there.
See, but that's also a different.
Well, no, but he didn't.
Thing,
no, but like, look at this. It's viral now.
Yeah.
Your live stream.
All these
why
kids
did you
have
put
been
it up?
Okay, but there's so many different levels of this thing because if we're saying that this particular action, removing the cameras is inappropriate, that's one thing. If we're saying that what he's doing is inappropriate, that's another thing. Yeah. If we're saying that all videos that any teacher records that has students in them are wrong, cool, that's every video we see. If that's what we're saying is wrong,
well, there's
one
levels
thing.
to it.
So I'm talking about the layers below that.
Okay, the layers. But what would you do if your daughter came home from school and told you that she took her teacher's braids out? That's a wild thing.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would be. And
you'd be like, no.
As a teacher,
I took my male teacher's braids out.
As a teacher, if you've worked with children, you have to think: is what I'm doing safe? Could it be factored in safe? What Ada's saying. I've worked with children before, and I've been very aware. Okay, these children are like 6 years younger than me. I've got to know if I see them on the street, we're not friends. We have boundaries. He's a male teacher working with a bunch of 15-year-old girls.
True.
He needs to have that awareness. It's irresponsible for him as a teacher,
which also means like he's
place
live
that and then to film it.
He's live streaming it.
It's good.
He has open socials.
That is weird.
Which he most likely is
that everyone can see.
They're most likely following him on his socials. This is all murky water. There has to be like a clear separation.
I think maybe just because the way, and also most of the teachers that I've had and teachers that I've known have all been women. They are moving not dissimilar to this, and I never am thinking anything of it, and nothing inappropriate ever happened in any of these situations.
But it can.
It could. But
that's the thing. I think it's a judgment call from the teacher. He's made a series of really poor judgments here, and I did see that the girl they're having to write essays about his work and if he's fit to be a teacher.
They're probably going to fire him.
But he's made poor judgment calls.
To be honest, I reckon they'll fire him for safety alone. I think if you're doing a live stream like this, it's not the first live stream you've done, and you shouldn't be live streaming from a school. That's how people get tapped. If you know where the school is, if he's this public, and you have an interest in one of these girls, they're gonna grab them.
Is that not something that you guys?
Let's remove the live stream thing because I feel like we all I can agree that like every kind of video that's ever posted anywhere with kids in it maybe is wrong. I'm just interested in like
if my child came home from school and said this had happened, I would be like,
that's weird.
Down the school,
that's so weird.
Being like, what the hell is going on? Why is my child in your hair?
Yeah,
like it's.
See, because I'm just thinking about like daycare center, like the baby. I mean, I guess it's daycare.
It's about like if you're with children, you're doing a risk assessment all the time. He did not do any risk assessment here. He needed to get his hair unbraided.
We're assuming that.
Well, if anyone had some thought into
this, there's no risk assessment.
No, but that's now begging the question. You've assumed that what he's doing is bad, therefore that however he came to it, like to that conclusion, must be wrong.
No,
we don't know this.
There's no risk assessment involved here. There's no way that he did a risk assessment with this.
Because he couldn't have possibly come to this a different conclusion.
Well, then if he did, then that means his judgment.
I would say he's got poor judgment.
But again, we're not talking about the live stream.
No, I know. The action itself, there's no risk assessment put into that. And if he did an assessment and came to this, then he has really poor judgment and he should definitely lose his job.
I'm still looking for the why.
The why to lose your job?
The why any of what you just said. I understand that that's like what the opinion is, that what he's done is incorrect and therefore he's an idiot. But I'm like, how are we getting there?
Because school is a place to learn and grow, not do chores for your teacher.
Okay, so
because you like your teacher.
This is an interesting point, like because the point that you're making about
why were there no boys doing his hair?
Because they didn't want to, because they don't fancy him. He's manipulating the little girls to do a boring task for him.
You know, like, I'm sorry.
Not maybe consciously or not consciously.
Teenage girls are not doing anything for a grown man that they're not attracted to. That's the truth. Teenage girls are not doing anything
we
for a
both went to
grown
girls'
man.
school.
Yes.
Been this.
You do not talk to any of your male teachers unless you fancy them. You are literally a corpse.
So you figure all of them are attracted.
They definitely like him. He might be their favorite teacher. They're warm to him.
Yeah.
Which, if you know that you have that power over children, you can't then manipulate it for your gain, which is what on a very small scale is what he's doing.
Because I want to actually talk about the bit that you're saying, which is like that he's misusing power in order to like gain like a minor menial task. I'm viewing it at least I was viewing it as like, if he's doing their hair, I would think that that's more weird. In this instance, I'm thinking it's like, it seems like innocuous kind of closeness, I guess, the way that you would have with a parent, with a second parent.
I think that's too close for a teacher. And I'm saying that as someone, I think if a teacher is doing a child's hair and they need their hair doing, I think that's appropriate. But this is inappropriate.
Doing your hair is such a personal experience.
But you're talking specifically about like the labor element of it, which is like that they're doing something that doesn't enrich them. And I'm thinking, it's not that serious, I guess, is maybe where I'm looking at it.
If it was an experience where they're making, it's not like a good memory. Like that they're going to look back and be like, I remember when we unbraided.
No, I would think so.
That is a weird good memory to have.
If you fancy a teacher and he lets you, for them, this is their memory. This is their core memory.
Because to me, it's like you're playing catch or something like that. It's like if like, because I would have teachers where we would hang out at their class afterward, both male, I mean, mostly female, but like male as well. And it's like, cool, we're fucking sitting there, we're helping you with cleaning fucking the whiteboards, or we're happy to just be doing some shit. We're playing video games, we're watching a movie in your thing. And I'm not thinking about like, oh, I'm exchanging labor that you're not paying me for. Because I'm not, I mean, it's interesting like what you all said that you wouldn't do, but I'm like, if he needed help with like some shit like that, I
meant if we were at work together, if she came into work and asked me to take her braids out.
No, but also the fact that nobody expects the kids to think about that because they're literally kids. It's the adult to think about that. Every single time a teacher asks you to do something that's completely outside your remit, to clean the whiteboard and all that kind of stuff, actually, you shouldn't be fucking doing that.
You're doing it because you like the teacher.
Because you like the teacher. That is literally their job. And
so you think I shouldn't have been doing it?
No. They know that you shouldn't have been doing it because they know that because you like them, you will do something extra for them. Yeah. Really, that is your job. That is your job description. I am a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing
the way you say it, though, it just makes it sound like really sinister.
No, it's not sinister. But look, people manipulate everybody.
And children are vulnerable.
People manipulate everyone in their daily life, whether they realize it or not. Mm-hmm. I didn't say that he consciously did
shit
that.
To do? Like, can you do like a I don't know, like a movie showing in your classroom after class that people are watching, or can you have like a video game thing, or like, here, let's play sports or whatever? Like, where is that? Obviously it's more complicated than one answer, but yeah.
And it goes by like case by case, school by school, but also child by child. And I think a job for a teacher is to be able to make those judgment calls. So if a child is vulnerable or from like a bad home or something, to be able to know that and to know where their place is and how far to go. But be very aware of what the boundaries are and when they're stepping too far. Yeah, but the child should not be helping a teacher with their grooming.
Yeah,
that's weird, man.
I'm very surprised that that's such a hard one.
After hearing y'all talk, because I was more along the lines of like when me and Eddie first saw it, I was like, this ain't too crazy. Like, I mean, they got distance. I'm just thinking, because I had braids before, I used to take out my own shit, and like you said, it is tiring.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about it that deep, but after hearing y'all talk, I can see more and more how that's appropriate and or inappropriate, and understand like the backlash. Do I think he should get fired? No. Strong slap on hand? Absolutely, because like you said, he probably was not using the best judgment and going live and then even letting them do this in the first place.
So what's your like, if your mind has changed a little bit, what's your now thinking of like, here's why this is, removing the live streaming element, here's why this is a harmful behavior? Because that's the thing that I'm looking for. It's like, where's the harm?
It's not even necessarily that it's harmful, but it potentially could be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like it's at the same time of like,
you got to see the warning signs whether they're
opening up to risk. I wouldn't say I would, for the record, I don't think it's harmful in itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like again, like if it was my daughter or my son or if my kid came home, like, oh yeah, we was taking out something, Mr.
Why are you late home from school? I was taking up my teacher's break.
They're no, if they were late from school and they're staying after class, then I would maybe. But I would have.
Like you're in school doing this.
You don't know.
If it was after class, during class,
it doesn't matter. Because now your grades are low and you're telling me you're spending time doing somebody's grades.
Wait, but now we're adding extra facts to judge the situation that their grades are bad.
He did say if they did their work well, they could do this.
And
that's some kind of
like that's a reward.
That's okay.
And another is which is just wild because
that is weird. I did not hear that. Hell yeah! What you mean if your grades well, you can grade my head like Mario.
And you know what that says? I'm the prize.
Yeah,
that's even weirder.
See, to me, that feels like
he says I'm the prize.
No, but doesn't that feel like you've decided that's what the situation is?
No, the kids want to do this thing, and your reward is me, i.e., my hair, doing this thing. That's such a weird.
That is a power play.
That's weird.
He knows these girls like him.
That's weird.
He knows these girls like him because I tell you right now, none of the boys gave a shit. There's no boys there. Will the boys run in to do his hair?
Different. We don't know we haven't seen any other videos. We have no idea what.
This nigga think he's sexy.
The boys don't do it.
Yeah.
But there's always those teachers that are like, hey kids, and they know that all the kids fancy them and they play into it.
But he was like, dude, he did voiceover recording for this, like
what
he was doing
like
an Instagram food video.
Yeah.
It was a little sultry. It sounded kind of
a little sultry.
It sounded a little too slow and sultry for me.
All right. Well, look, the tide is I'm a bow out because I'm like, let me.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth.
It's maybe not worth. That's not the hill I want to die.
That's not the hill you want to die.
I didn't even feel that strong until we came into it. But y'all's opinion seems so strong on it that I'm like, okay, interesting. Well, that too, but also I'm like,
when you grow up in a girls' school, I went to a girls' school from the ages of 4 to 18. Okay. And this is like warning sign behavior. Because that kind of, I'm not saying it's going to be him, but that kind of teacher in 10 years.
The people who do this.
That's like with a student.
Okay.
So like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like Ada was saying, there are teachers who
and you see this kind of behavior initially.
To make sure, and it's very obvious that they're aware. You need to be self-aware as a teacher.
Okay, fair enough.
Not self-aware.
Do we have a quick? Do we have some time for a quick round of? It's a red flag?
Yeah, we should.
We got
what's the time? What's the time at?
It's 6:25.
Oh damn! We already did an hour, didn't we?
Damn,
all right.
Lightning round.
We didn't. And see, like I said, we touched one topic. So
that was right.
But if you want to have conversations like the ones that we've had, like funny, a bit stupid, silly, or incredibly serious and heated about like nuanced conversations, then you should grab a pack of It's a Red Flag, our conversational card. Oh, this is upside down. Yeah, thank you. It's a Red Flag. Our conversational card game. It's great for when you've got like a little lull in a dinner party. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, let me pull this out real quick and play a little game, spice up the conversation for a bit. We'll show you how it goes. Let's see. All right. Yeah.
There's no winning or losing.
You're gonna dominate it. Is that what's about to happen? Okay.
This conversation.
Is it a red flag if they? Have we done this one before?
No, actually, no.
Watch
I don't
porn.
think so. I can't remember. No? So yeah, if they watch porn, is it a red flag? If they watch,
depends what kind of porn. How much?
Well, that's
porn?
always that's the answer to anything to do with porn.
How much porn? What porn?
The volume,
frequency.
Okay. Volume and frequency is very important.
Platform. I think watching.
Damn.
Like as in if you're watching it on a laptop or the TV. Or
it matters the device.
Wow.
Okay. Watching porn on a smartwatch is crazy. You're right.
Porn on the TV. I'm so sorry. You're crazy.
That is wild.
What are you? Okay.
That's not allowed?
That is unhinged behavior.
Insane.
They have on the smart TV, like Pornhub app.
Yeah,
no. Watching it on the TV means that you're a grown man with your own place or a grown person with your own place.
Setup. Like it's Chromecast. Like you got Chromecast like on the phone.
No,
like
it's like everything. It's like Netflix.
No, even if
you can just cast it to
even
the
if you're
TV
living alone, you shouldn't be porn on the TV.
You do
porn on the speakers.
Are we all pornographers? Oh yeah, okay. We might have to hop the fuck out of here because we got
are we all pornographers?
No. Do you all watch pornography?
Not as much. No, I'm in a relationship, so I'm not like backing it out all the time.
Damn. Okay. So
let
me close this shit out. Sorry, we got.
Sorry, we can't finish it.
We don't watch porn. And it's not.
If you don't watch porn, that's fine.
So look, if you
just don't do it on TV.
If you see one of your like if your child comes home from school and tells you a story about how they've been like undoing the braids of their like 26-year-old teacher, you might be seeing a red flag. But at the same time, if you watching pornography on the 50-inch, you know, on Chromecast, it might be you that's waving the red flag. This has been Waving the Red Flag podcast. It's been Eddy. It's been Josh. It's been
Ada.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. I was about to say a day.
The whole guy.
Ada and Hanifah, and from the Season Sessions podcast. You know what I mean? If y'all want to, where should the people find y'all?
Season Sessions.
Yeah, Season BF on TikTok. Season Sessions Pod on Instagram.
Yes.
Follow them. Subscribe. Watch all that.
Oh yeah, and check out our episode
of
with
them
yes. on their channel.
No porn there.
There's no porn on ours either.
It's not, I mean, right?
It's a podcast. Where did that come
from? Now, just think we heathens now.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay, so look, if you all want any bonus content like our live streams, our bonus episodes, access to our Discord, become a member of the channel, which you can do on Patreon. You can do it on Spotify. You can do it on YouTube by becoming a member. Obviously, grab a game of our conversation card pack, which is around here somewhere. It's a red flag. Cop that. You know what I'm saying? Link is in the bio. shop.wavingtheredflag.com. And like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Turn the notification bell on so you know when more of our UK content is coming out. This has been the podcast. We got to hop the fuck out of here because sorry. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. I feel like we're going to get dragged for us from a
No, I feel like...
I think we might get dragged. I might get dragged.
Everybody's on our side.
It's a red flag.